Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoop disengaged. System scan complete.
Devals gather to celebrate New Year. Princess Aisling Deval marked the start of 3308 by introducing her cousin Hadrian Deval, his wife and their newborn son to Imperial High Society. Entertainment journalist Solomon Helios broadcast a report on the event. It's an annual tradition for Princess Aisling to invite the great and the good to her palace on Emerald, although the tragic loss of her father in 3306 meant that last year's gathering was cancelled. This year she made up for it with a sumptuous, glittering celebration of the kind that we Imperials are famed for. For the first time, Hadrian Deval and Lady Astrid Minerva Deval were in attendance. This youthful couple were surprisingly charming for a pair who would once have been arrested on sight. They entertained guests with stories of trading and fighting aboard tiny ships from the days when their only title was commander. However, the real guest of honor spent most of his time asleep, oblivious to the colossal attention he drew. Yes, baby Hector made his very first public appearance, having been born while his parents were under senatorial protection. Many dignitaries insisted on having their image recorded beside the future emperor, a phrase one could hear being murmured throughout the palace. But what of the current emperor? Unlike Hadrian's family, Arisa Lavigny de Val remains in seclusion and only communicates remotely with the Senate. Now that the terrorists have been quelled, surely the time has come for Her Imperial Majesty to reappear before her loyal subjects. Torval mining challenges came. A retrospective of 3307, Part 3. Seema Kalhana reviews the most newsworthy events of the past year in this series of articles. July began badly for the Federation, with more factions seceding in response to the Proactive Detection Bureau's establishment. The newly independent nation severed all links with these new surveillance efforts, inspiring many other systems to do likewise. This secession crisis would rumble on for the rest of the year. The Blue Viper Club, one of the rarely seen Dredger clans, joined forces with the Kumo crew to manufacture a medicinal drug that turned out to be a new strain of onion head. The drug would ultimately end up being legally distributed by Neomedical Industries, causing Archon Delane to seek revenge against the corporation. Tensions soared in the Marlinist colonies during an election for the head of their diplomatic consulate. Aaron White's candidate had the support of an Imperial senator, which would have given the Neo-Marlinists a powerful voice within the Empire. When a more moderate candidate was elected, the NMLA reacted by bombing both Marlinist starports, murdering tens of thousands including First Minister Jenna Fairfax. It seemed Theta 7's extremist views allowed anyone to be targeted as an enemy, even his fellow Marlinists. The civil war concluded in August, with White killed in battle as his supporters were overcome in direct combat. Following accusations of incompetence regarding the vanished Alexandria megaship, Aegis was officially suspended and subjected to a board of inquiry. This would have ramifications for the ongoing conflict with the Thargoids, and encourage Salvation to position himself as an alternative. In the corporate sphere, Zemina Torval created a new subsidiary of Mastopoulos Mining that would eventually become an autonomous company. There were rumors that the Torval and Mastopoulos families were now at loggerheads after decades of working in unison. In September, the mystery of Heifet's cache was finally unlocked. The trail led to revelations of dark experiments which are believed to have involved human test subjects and Thargoid technology. When the Thargoids themselves appeared en masse in the Cornsar system, Salvation was ready for them. An anti-Xeno superweapon of undisclosed nature was deployed, wiping out some of the aliens and driving away the rest. It seemed that the self-titled man of science had developed something revolutionary, inspiring many to place their faith in him to end the Thargoid menace once and for all. Alliance and Sirius agree defense pact. Sirius Corporation has signed an agreement to provide the Alliance with ships, materials and personnel to help combat the Thargoids. The Alliance Assembly and the Council of Admirals held a rare joint vote on the issue of inviting the Megacorp to become a strategic defense partner. The motion was debated in private and reportedly passed by a slim majority. Prime Minister Edmund Mahn told the Alliance Tribune, "The danger posed by the Thargoids is increasing once more, perhaps accelerated by the loss of Aegis and a lack of any binding treaty between the superpowers. It is vital that we make a proactive decision to maintain security for Alliance systems. Sirius Corporation will work closely with the Alliance Defense Force to reinforce our member vessels, focusing exclusively on anti-Xeno operations. In return, new commercial agreements will provide the company with increased access to certain financial endeavors." Councillor Nakato Kane spoke on behalf of several disapproving members of the Assembly. "We are already too entwined with this ruthless corporate giant, so to hand our defenses over to them is another blow to the Alliance's identity. It is also convenient that the details of the pact remain classified under military restrictions. We don't even know what price we're paying to hire Sirius to be our guard dog." Whistleblower reveals Imperial link to NMLA. A potential connection between the NMLA's Dark Comms network and Imperial intelligence has been made public by one of ACT's co-leaders. Captain Saskia Landau sent a personal statement to all major media outlets. The majority of my career has been with the Imperial Internal Security Service, but I was seconded for a year to a classified project run by Imperial Intelligence. To coordinate their operations, they use a sophisticated communications system known as the Omega Grid. This is designed to avoid detection or interception by enemies of the Empire. I have reviewed ACT's research into the NMLA's Dark Calms network and can verify its similarity to Omega Grid technology. Since this is exclusively under Imperial Intelligence's control, it suggests that an individual or group within the organization was making it available to the NMLA. I'm aware that revealing this information publicly may end my career or even endanger my life. Nevertheless, I have shared my findings with ACT's leadership and call upon the Imperial Senate to open an independent investigation into this evidence. As yet there has been no response from Imperial Intelligence or the Senate. However, several agents of the IISS have anonymously spoken to reporters from the Imperial Herald, verifying that the Omega Grid system does exist and has been in use for many years.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete. Surface scan complete.
TAS Revelations hold court-martial. The military trial of Admiral Aidan Tanner has been suspended following evidence provided by TAR as a witness for the defense. The Federal Navy Tribunal was called to consider multiple charges, including mutiny, held against Tanner, the chief military liaison to Aegis. While commanding the Musashi megaship, he attempted to gain access to Hind Mine Station and locate evidence regarding Salvation's anti-Xeno superweapon. Admiral Tanner's defense attorney opened a live link with Phoenix Base to allow TAR to provide the following testimony. We have analyzed the classified experimental equipment that was recently delivered to enable Salvation's superweapons. These components are near identical to devices found at the Proteus Research Facility on Trapezium Sector YUXC-12. In 3113, an Azimuth Biochemical Science team conducted weapons testing using Guardian artifacts from this site, accidentally triggering a radiation surge which resulted in their deaths. My hypothesis is that Salvation has constructed large-scale versions of the Proteus design. These generate a powerful electromagnetic pulse at frequencies which disrupt the Thargoid's biomechanical technology. It's highly probable that this is based on an existing Guardian weapon discovered by the Proteus. This would explain why its presence within a system attracts Thargoid vessels. The Federal Navy Criminal Court announced that Admiral Tanner's court-martial has been temporarily suspended while the new evidence is reviewed.
descent by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Colonia Bridge Project launches Phase 3. Pilots Federation alert. Brewer Corporation intends to improve the travel corridor between the Alcor and Colonia systems by constructing several new starports. The previous two phases of the Colonia Bridge project established stationary megaships in 56 systems. These provide rest, refuel and repair facilities for vessels making the 22,000 light-year journey to and from the Colonia region. The additional infrastructure has also increased the amount of tritium available at these markets, easing the journey for capital-size ships. A press release from Brewer Corporation outlined this latest initiative. Phase 3 aims to enhance the Colonia Bridge by building permanent starports in key locations along the route. These will offer a wide range of services to travelers, and also serve as homes for the many new communities that we expect to spring up around them. Our plan is to construct one starport in the vicinity of Colonia, and up to 5 starports stretching out from Alcor. Station structures will be assembled by the 27th of January, with additional services scheduled for implementation at a later date. Pilots are asked to deliver ceramic composites, computer components and thermal cooling units to Jacques Station in the Colonia system and McDonald Settlement in the Alcor system. Assuming deliveries reach the required level, engineered frame shift drives will once again be available as rewards. The highest contributor in Colonia, and up to the top 5 contributors in Alcor, will be invited to submit naming suggestions for the new starports. All name submissions will be subject to review by the Brewer Corporation Board of Directors. Imperial intelligence denies NMLA connection.
Surface scan complete.
Senators have refuted ACT's claim that the NMLA made use of official but highly secret Imperial communications devices. Captain Saskia Landau maintains that the terrorist group's dark comms network was very similar to the Omega Grid, an undetectable messaging system used exclusively by Imperial intelligence. Senator Karl Nerva told the media, "In her desperation to seek out the NMLA, Captain Landau is chasing shadows. Imperial intelligence must operate under total secrecy, but I assure you that this Omega Grid is just as much of an invention to discredit the Empire as Serene Harbor was." Landau has overstepped her authority with these outlandish accusations. "I once again propose that ACT be disbanded and its operatives returned to normal duties." The Imperial Herald reported that other senators are calling for Emperor Arisa Lavigny Deval to overrule those who are blocking ACT's investigation. The newsfeed highlighted that she did not attend any functions in person during the past year and has not broadcast any public messages. In response, Chancellor Anders Blaine gave this statement. Her Majesty was placed under secure protection in early 3307 after several failed assassination attempts by the NMLA. She has been communicating remotely with the Senate on all official business, but does plan to return to Capitol very soon. Sirius Navy unites with Alliance Defense Force. A new member has been appointed to the Council of Admirals to represent Sirius Corporation as the Alliance's strategic defense partner. Political correspondent Vanya Driscoll reported for the Alliance Tribune. There are always 6 seats on the Council of Admirals, taken by senior military commanders from the largest regional fleets. Not only is this the first time that a 7th position has been created, it's also the first to come from outside the Alliance. The new addition is Admiral Nicholas Glass, a highly decorated officer with the Sirius Navy. His new role is to coordinate the Alliance's anti-Thargoid operations, which from now on will be directly supported by Sirius Corporation. Prime Minister Egmont Mahn and Fleet Admiral Haley Sorokin both endorsed this development as a way of strengthening the Alliance Defense Force, which lacks the might of the Federal or Imperial Navy. Many member systems have demanded increased protection against the Thargoid threat, so this news is likely to be well received. As expected, Councillor Nakato Kane opposed the Defense Pact, with Admiral George Varma also critical of merging commercial interests with military matters. Deputy Prime Minister Angela Corcoran also admitted that she abstained during the recent joint vote, but chose not to elaborate on her reasons. So it seems that the Assembly is not fully confident about this union with Sirius Corporation.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Torval Mining challenges Kane Massey. The company owned by Senator Zemina Torval is attempting to acquire a mining contract previously awarded to the Kane Massey Corporation. The agreement affects multiple corporations on the fringes of federal space around the Dullo system, who for the last decade have purchased mined or on other raw materials directly from Kane Massey. With the contract up for renewal, Torval Mining Limited has made an official bid. An announcement was made by Constantia Torval, the company's operations director and daughter of Zemina Torval. We have enjoyed enormous success in a short space of time by providing services to the Empire. This is an opportunity to reach a broader customer base and convince them that they too can benefit from Torval Mining's expertise. Johann Fleischer, the vice president of Kane Massey, remarked, "Our corporation is proud of its origins within the Federation, and we have supplied these systems with resources for many years. This is a surreptitious attempt by an imperial senator to boost her own standing by hijacking federal business. The Federal Commerce Authority has responded to Kane Massey's request for intervention. An initial review found that, while it recognizes the aggression of the Torval mining claims, there is no exclusivity clause in place that prevents the companies in question from holding talks with an imperial supplier now Kane Massey's contract term is expiring."
Orbital flight engaged.